Leopardwood. It's a beautiful and unusual wood with lace-like figure that seems to weave in and out of the surface just like shoelaces. The figure doesn't quite reveal itself until you show it in some side light or put a finish on the wood, so we're going to show a few ways to do it. First, let's see how the wood machines. The wood isn't very dense, so you'll still want to use a high-quality blade to make your cuts. This 40-tooth general-purpose blade by Tenryu does a pretty nice job. And watch how easily a rip cut goes with a 24-tooth ripping blade. And with a good sharp router bit, we can put a perfect profile on the edges with no tear out. Now, let's see what it takes to finish Leopardwood. We've made 6 different samples, each with a different finish. 3 are clear or natural finishes, and the other 3 use stain or dye. First, the clear finishes. This piece is as basic as it gets. There are 3 coats of clear de-wax shellac, each coat sanded flat, then there are 3 coats of clear satin lacquer. And the figure shimmers quite nicely. And this second piece has boiled linseed oil, a very popular oil finish, and then it's also top coated with 3 coats of de-wax shellac sealer and 3 coats of satin lacquer. The figure looks fantastic in just about any angle. This third piece has clear natural Danish oil as well as 3 coats of the same sealer and satin lacquer. Surprisingly, this oil significantly darkened the wood while also adding contrast to the figure to help it stand out, and it has a dramatic look. Applying oil is real easy. You wipe it on generously, let it sit a little bit, you wipe it off, and then let it dry overnight. Just follow the directions right on the can. And then here are 3 ways to change the color. In this piece, we applied a traditional oil stain. It's Old Master's dark mahogany penetrating stain, and while it improved the contrast, the stain dried quite blotchy. So we tried coloring the wood with Solarlux Golden Fruitwood dye instead. It's been diluted about 75% and then applied twice and then top coated with sealer and lacquer. The effect is really interesting, but I still think we can get it much better. So in this third sample, we used a 3-step process to color the wood using the same stain and the same dye in the other 2 samples, and it came out beautifully. You can see the figure in just about every angle. So here's how you do it. Diluting the dye about 50%, we apply a single light coat. Dye is much easier to control when it's diluted down. Plus, if you don't like the color that you get, you just keep applying coats to build up to the intensity that you want. And once it dries, we take a bit of Zinsser seal coat and thin it by 25% or so. Just use a rag to wipe it on and try to keep it as smooth as possible. After the seal coat dries, don't sand it. Just take the dark mahogany penetrating stain, wipe it on, and then you wipe it off. What's happening here is that the stain is primarily coloring just the figure, and it's boosting the contrast in a great way. And if you think this color is too dark or even too light, you can use a stain of any color to get to where you want to be. In the end, we think these are the 2 finishes that worked the best. For a natural color, boiled linseed oil looks great. And then, if you need more protection, just top coat it with lacquer or polyurethane. But if you want a darker color, use that combination of the diluted dye with the thin sealer and then the stain that's wiped on and off. These 2 finishing methods give you fantastic results for improving the visual impact of the figure found in Leopardwood.